This is Jackie with All Access, and I'm here with Scare Don't Fear, and we're somewhere in New York State for Vans Warped Tour. It is the 20th anniversary. I'm not sure, I don't know if I can even ask this question. What were you guys up to 20 years ago?
20 years ago? Probably playing with my toys. 20 years ago.
Ninja Turtles? I was just going to say
Ninja
that.
Turtles?
I was just going to say I was probably playing with my Ninja Turtle or Batman toys 20 years ago.
I think
Transformers, maybe my
Yes.
Transformer toys.
Transformers was a popular answer yesterday, so that seems to be a consensus. What was the first Warped Tour you guys attended? Either as a musician or for fun?
The first Warped Tour I ever attended was actually the first date of this tour on Warped Tour. And it's funny, it's a funny story. I always wanted it to be like that. I wanted to go, but I just never went. You know what I mean? I didn't have the money. I was a broke kid or whatever. Couldn't get a ride. But I always said to myself, like, yo, one day you're going to play and it'll be your first Warped Tour experience. And that's what happened, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I won the Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands way back in the day in '08. Played one show there, and that was the only other time I've been to Warped.
Yeah, we got the same story.
Same. We all got the same story.
Yeah, it's our first walk.
All right. Well, welcome. For the many, many, many new ears out there, describe your sound to all those new listeners.
That's a great question for Jungles. I feel like he explains it.
Okay.
I think our sound is whatever you're feeling at that current time. Like we have, you'll hear metal, you'll hear hip hop, you'll hear dance, like a little bit of EDM. Like we're just so well rounded. We try to be versatile, just because we're fans of music, making music, and we listen to everything. So when we come together in the studio, it's everything that's going into the pot that's being mixed up. So that's what pretty much happens when you listen to our stuff. So whatever your mood is, if you feel like listening to some like chill back hip hop, we got that. If you want some like upbeat metal like stuff mixed with the beats, the hard hitting 808s that Larry O makes, like you'll hear that. Like that's what our album came out to be from the ground up.
Is there, first of all, what's the name of your album?
From the ground up.
And is there one song, and maybe this will be a different answer for each person, is there one song on the album that if fans listen to any one song and only one song, what's that one song for you that you want them to hear?
I always say a really good song for them would be the first song on the CD. It's called Shut It Down. It shows like everything that we can do all in one track pretty much. It gives you a good taste of what the other 11, 12 tracks are going to sound like. So,
I'd probably say City of Skeletons for a lot of the same reasons. It's got a lot of the elements that make us us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say City of Skeletons also. It's one of my favorite songs on that album.
One of my favorites is Problems. I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like Problems has a mix of everything that we do. It's a bouncy tempo. It's got an even amount of rap and screaming and metal and hip hop. It's all mixed into one song. I feel like it's one of the best ones to show.
So how do you guys make sure that you leave an indelible mark and stay in the memories of these warped kids?
we just go hard as fuck live. That's what we do. That's what we've been doing since 2008. We know people are going to, if they're standing in front of the stage, that means that they want a show. So we're going to give them the best possible show that we can. If I have to, by the end of the set, almost be throwing up and out of breath, I don't care. It's worth it. We give it our all. We leave everything on that stage every single day.
And I think kids really respect that, and they really appreciate that you're willing to put everything out there. And I think hopefully, the kids give you that back as well.
We do it in the studio, so it's only right that we translate that to the stage.
And that's not an easy thing for bands to do. How do you think that you're able to do that so well?
Practice. Tons and tons of practice. Like when we're not touring, we practice a lot of practice.
With music sales sort of on the decline in general, how do you guys measure success?
I'd like to say maybe shows.
Yeah,
Who's at your shows? Yeah. Like if you have a huge crowd, then that must mean you're doing all right for yourself.
Yeah. If you're selling out big arenas, or at least for a band our size, big venues all across the globe, I feel like that shows that there's people out there that really want to see you and want to see you put on a good show. Other than that, too, merchandise. If you go to the mall and you see a bunch of people wearing, if I go to the mall, I see nothing but Suicide Silence and Motionless in White. That shows me that these guys are huge right now and they're holding it down. Yeah, they're popping. That's all we say.
Speaking of merch, Warped Tour is definitely a great place to get band merch. Who has unique or memorable merch? Is there something that you have in your collection or that you've seen out there?
What have I seen out there? I've seen so many different styles out there. It's crazy. Like Attila has some like wild shirts. They got some. Yeah, they got some wild stuff. Who else out there has some wild like merch?
Neck Deep has like some cool, funny shirts. Like they have like it's like a Taco Bell logo, but it says Neck Deep. We thought that was pretty funny. We actually somebody from Get Scared, the merch guy from Get Scared, told us that we should make a Dumber and Dumber shirt because we're from Rhode Island and it was filmed there. Either that or a Family Guy shirt. So we're thinking about it. That'd be cool.
You need to find somebody to do cartoon versions of yourself.
Oh, and put us in Family Guy. That'd be cool, yeah. Maybe we'll be like throwing down with Peter or something. He's on stage.
At the Clam.
Yeah, let's do it.
The chicken's got to be there too.
Shit, I just think I gave you a genius idea.
Yeah, you did.
I'll just take props. I'll appreciate that. So what's up next for you guys after Warped Tour?
Hopefully some more touring. Right now, our management, they got a couple of things they're working on right now. I wish I could like leak something, but I can't because I don't want to raise any hopes out there. But hopefully we'll have some more tours lined up. So stay in touch and we'll make something happen.
So stay tuned for more from Scare Don't Fear. This is Jackie with All Access and In the Key of Change.